Hello, today is June 15th, Monday, and we had a very strong trend update. Last night, S&P ES futures sold below, gap down below, I think around 29.75 or something, and went overnight even more. And then this morning we had a incredible trend update, and this is a good chart that I got to explain how my level system worked on this price action. So I thought I would take a quick video to walk the viewers through. So first, let me share my screen. So the chart that I want to share is this one. So this is a combined chart of my pre-market levels that starts on the left side, and then later at 10 o'clock Eastern time, the RTH levels also came, and when they both come into some kind of confluence level, there is a better reaction that is expected. And normally at a resistance level, you can fade them for a day trading setup, but it's also serves as a very valid a purpose for validating a trend day. So here I marked the pre-market high and pre-market low here with pre-opening at 29.38. So it's all pretty hard at time. And what that pre-market high denotes is that either it will come down from there and get a better fade and maybe go further down. But on a strong market day, that is exactly where the breakout begins. So this is a very good day to see how that happened today. So I'm just marking on my chart all through this region till about 10 o'clock. The price only dipped a little bit and it kept bouncing and kept bouncing. And it went to one level above pre-high one, but it just doesn't go anywhere. And that was the best way to enter this trade. And this is a very good trick that you can, anybody who uses my levels to get a trade going on, to get an entry. Either if you go into pre-low, it bounces back and then reverses, or when to go to pre-high and it stalls there and get a fade trade. But on a breakout patterns, this is where it all begins. So this was a very good way to look at it. And next one is that pre-high 2 level. There was no pullback there, but I have a definition of what does it mean to be a major level. All this green bolded bars are major levels. So start with pre-high 2, and extreme high 1, extreme high 2, and extreme high 3. And similarly, when RTH level came, this is RTH level high and RTH level high 2. So either they react and get a pretty decent fade from there to make a day trade. The second rule is that that's where it actually, if it doesn't move and the trend is really strong and continues to grow, it gets a escape hatch. And what do I do by an escape hatch is that it gives you a pullback after a little while to get out at a decent price. And here it actually allowed the trader to get out. But if I microscopically analyze it, there were some very small scalp. It's not even worth mentioning it, but it did react from exactly 29.86 down to 78, so about 8 points, and then it went up and it kept coming back. So it did not like blow through and lose all the money if you try to trade it small. So that is the definition. The next one was even more surprising because it was a confluence of two major levels, and still all it did was it gave you about a 45 minutes or more of escape hatches. Price just stalled there. So it's kind of validation of the level, saying that if somebody wants to try a fade against the level, that's number one. Number two is that if you actually long from the low here, that's what I did. My trade was, I took a long from about 8, not here, like 80. I was not even awake at that time. 80 areas, and I held in for a little bit. But this is where it gives you another profit taking area, and then you can see if it is still breaking out, then it goes into the next profit taking area. Actually my trade was later because I came in later and I held till the next level here, high one, but it did not stall there, and it went down to the next profit taking, major level area after hours. Oh no, this is not after hours. All this time it kept coming back a little bit, but again all it did was provide some escape hatches, but the trend is like really really strong. So there was just my explanation, and I have documented all these setups in this web page. So the place to get there is that on my Twitter profile, I go to my profile and there's a link that I provided about all the documentation of my site. And if you click that link, you'll get this place called sample trading strategy. And if you click that, and here I listed every single of my levels. So such as level high one, level high two, and every level has two sets of trade, two categories of trade. Either to fade it, that is that if you're coming from below, just use it as a resistance to take a short setup against it. And there are two ways to enter. One is that it's a blind setup that you do a limit order no matter what, and then get a scalp action out of it. And sometimes it just goes like, really, really, really long from there also. Or you wait as a second setup is where it actually, second test as a resistance where it reacted first, but it went back there, and then it is kind of stagnating for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, etc. And then you get a trade, and most of the time that's the one that runs even more. And then the other opportunity is that it actually break over and it convert it as a support. So the resistance level becomes support. So this is like a cheat sheet. Every action that you look at through my chart, and if you compare against this, this is how I evaluate my trade setup. So it's like a predetermined roadmap for me. Wake up, and then this is like, etched very deep into my brain. So I don't even have to look at it. But if you're trying to follow along, this is a pretty, simple sheet. And that's exactly what I was walking through with the help of this chart today. What are those setup and how did they react? So anybody who got into a long early on, they could, they literally captured, pretty much a lot of point from here, and then points from here to here. And unless you are a swing trader, in my opinion, nobody really knows that it's going to go up, 150 points in a single day like this. So if you are a swing trader, then it's good, but you still get a hook into that trade, and then you will be long. People like me, most of the time, I don't know. I would not want to just stay for 100 points and give up the 30 points I got. So I was out at 27 from about 87. That's all I got. I mean, I got some spike calls to make up for it. It was kind of a little bit tricky today because this morning I actually sold my spike call because I thought that we are gonna get resistance at 3000, but once it broke out, I put my calls back on. So hopefully that will get me going somewhere. But as far as day trading is concerned, or getting an entry into the levels, how I use my levels, this is my explanation. Thank you for watching.